You probably think Earth is familiar, but what if I told you that it's full of secrets we still haven't uncovered? From hidden ocean depths to the unseen forces shaping our climate, there's so much about our planet that's still a mystery. Stick around because today we're diving into the untold story of Earth. Earth is our home, but how much do we really know about it? We take for granted the oceans, the forests, the air we breathe, but the truth is our planet is more complex and fragile than we ever imagined. From natural wonders to environmental crises today, we're exploring the hidden side of Earth and why understanding it is more crucial than ever. As we continue to advance as a species, we're starting to realize something startling. We're losing touch with the very planet that sustains us. Forests are disappearing, oceans are warming, and species we've known for centuries are vanishing at an alarming rate. But it's not just about losing wildlife. This disruption is affecting every part of Earth's delicate ecosystem. Take climate change, for example. It's not just a buzzword or a topic for political debate. It's a reality we're already living. The ice caps are melting, weather patterns are becoming more unpredictable, and entire habitats are shifting. The real challenge is not just understanding these changes, but finding ways to reverse or adapt to them before it's too late. Oceans, the uncharted depths. We often think of the oceans as vast, endless blue expanses. But did you know that more than 80% of the world's oceans remain unexplored? We've mapped more of the surface of the moon than we have of our own oceans. What's lurking beneath those deep, dark waters? From strange creatures that thrive without sunlight to ecosystems that operate entirely differently from those on land, our oceans hold mysteries that could completely change how we understand life on Earth. One of the biggest mysteries is the deep-sea trenches, places so remote and so deep that only specialized submersibles can reach them. These areas are home to bizarre creatures like the anglerfish, with its glowing lure, and the gulper, which can stretch its mouth to swallow prey much larger than itself. These animals have adapted to live in a world where light doesn't reach, and the pressure is crushing, a stark reminder that Earth is full of environments beyond our comprehension. But it's not just about the creatures. The oceans are also the planet's climate regulators. They absorb vast amounts of carbon dioxide, making them critical in the fight against climate change. Yet, they're warming at an unprecedented rate, and that's throwing the whole system off balance. Coral reefs, often called the rainforests of the sea, are bleaching and dying. The ocean's ability to regulate climate is weakening, and that could spell disaster for all life on Earth. Forests, the lungs of the Earth. Let's talk about forests. They cover about 31% of the planet's land area, but we're losing them fast. Every year we destroy an area of forest the size of Panama. These forests are vital because they're like the lungs of the Earth. They absorb carbon dioxide and release oxygen. But it's not just about clean air. Forests are home to more than half of the world's species, many of which we haven't even discovered yet. The Amazon rainforest, often called the lungs of the planet, is under serious threat. Deforestation, driven by agriculture, logging, and mining, is cutting down this vital resource at an alarming rate. We're not just losing trees, we're losing biodiversity, disrupting the carbon cycle, and pushing countless species toward extinction. Indigenous communities who have lived in harmony with these forests for centuries are also being displaced, further emphasizing the need for urgent action. But here's something surprising. Despite the damage, forests are incredibly resilient. With proper conservation efforts, areas that were once barren can regrow. In some cases, forest restoration projects have seen entire ecosystems bounce back in just a few decades. It's not too late to act, but time is running out. The atmosphere, the shield we take for granted. Then there's the atmosphere, a thin layer of gases that surrounds Earth and makes life possible. It protects us from harmful solar radiation, regulates temperature, and keeps the planet's water in liquid form. Without it, Earth would be a barren, lifeless rock. Yet, we're pumping more and more pollutants into it every year. The hole in the ozone layer, once a looming environmental disaster, is a prime example of how human activity can drastically impact the atmosphere. Thankfully, after global efforts to phase out the chemicals causing the damage, the ozone layer has slowly started to heal. But the broader issue of air pollution persists, especially in urban areas. Toxic chemicals in the air contribute to respiratory diseases and premature death. And then there's greenhouse gases. Carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide are trapping heat in our atmosphere, causing global temperatures to rise. This isn't just about hotter summers. It's about melting ice caps, rising sea levels, and shifting weather patterns that threaten food supplies and cause natural disasters. The atmosphere is a delicate balance, and we're tipping the scales in the wrong direction. Wildlife, the silent disappearance. One of the most heartbreaking aspects of what's happening to our planet is the loss of wildlife. Right now, we are in the midst of the sixth mass extinction. Species are disappearing 1,000 times faster than the natural rate. Think about that. Animals we grew up learning about might not be around for future generations. Iconic species like the tiger, rhinoceros, and elephant are teetering on the edge of extinction due to habitat loss and poaching. But it's not just the large animals. Insects, which play a crucial role in pollination and maintaining ecosystems, are also in rapid decline. The collapse of bee populations alone could threaten global food production, since many of our crops depend on these tiny creatures. Scientists are racing against time to protect endangered species, but conservation isn't enough. We need global cooperation, changes in policies, and public awareness to slow down this loss of biodiversity. So, here's the truth. Earth systems are incredibly interconnected. You can't damage one part without affecting the whole. The oceans, the forests, the atmosphere, and the wildlife, they all rely on each other to keep the planet balanced. When one system starts to fail, it creates a domino effect that threatens all life on Earth, including us. But here's the thing, we still have time. The actions we take in the next few decades could determine whether our planet remains habitable or becomes hostile. We've seen glimpses of recovery in places like the ozone layer and reforested areas, proving that when humans act, we can make a difference. Earth is our home, and it's far more complex and fragile than most of us realize. From the deepest oceans to the highest atmosphere, every part of this planet plays a crucial role in maintaining balance. We are at a critical moment in history. If we want future generations to experience the natural wonders we've grown up with, it's time to take action before the damage becomes irreversible. Subscribe for more insights into our incredible planet.